everyone, I'm Shannon. In this video, we are going to learn how to perfectly wrap a gift. So today we'll be wrapping this little mini tiny blower. And I didn't really have a box, so I came across a box that I did have. And as you get to know me, you'll see that I like to have fun while wrapping the presents. And any box can be a gift box. This is just regular wrapping that I had gotten in a package that came in the mail. So I just saved it to help me pack it in the box so it doesn't move around and kind of keeps it stable in there. And we'll go ahead and tape it shut. And then today, everything I'm using pretty much came from the Dollar Tree. The scissors, the tape, the wrapping paper. The Dollar Tree wrapping paper is kind of nice because it has grids on the back of the paper so that you can see. It'll help you when you're measuring out your package. And as long as you can rotate your package 4 times from over, then it will fit. So we'll start 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll know that we have enough paper to cover the package. And then when you're lining your paper, you want to go a little bit above halfway on the box. So on here, and since it's lined paper, it's nice. I can count it out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So then I'll count out on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have a little wrapping paper tool. These are pretty nice and easy to use. You just get it on your paper, and the quicker you go and the faster your pace, the easier it is. And then when you're wrapping your box, you want to make sure that the top of your box, now I know this is the top because it has the handle for when you carry your drinks, goes on the top of your box will face down so that once you wrap it, the top will be the pretty side. And then you go ahead and we did have extra paper, which is good because we'll do some green wrapping where we will use some of the paper for ribbon and bows. Fold it a little bit over, about a little over halfway. Get a nice piece of tape. And then you want to make sure also that your sides are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have a little extra on the sides. I measured a little too far. Which is fine. Extra paper is better than not enough paper when wrapping a gift. And the point is to have fun, and it's not to be perfect. It's just to have fun. Nothing's perfect. And for this, I'm using some scissors instead of the tool where I tore the paper. That's okay. I'm going to be folding it over anyway. Nobody will know. So if the lines are a little jagged, it's okay. Okay, and we'll get that one out of here. And then we're going to tighten our present, push it into the paper a bit, fold it over, and then we're going to make a seam. So about halfway, we would like it on the back of the box. Nice crisp seam, and then pull it tight, nice tight lines, and then I just hold my hand here while I get my tape. Doesn't need a lot of pressure. And the translucent tape works good on the packages. So now for here, I'm going to, if I fold it in, there's too much paper. So we can always fold it down, and then you crease crease your seams, which just means to put a nice little press in the paper. And then I like to fold the corner down. So that it's a nice clean line. Now there's multiple ways to wrap presents and multiple ways to close the sides on the boxes. This one I'll do again. So I just push down with my hand and pull out and then fold in. Tight, that's okay, and then press, and then just give a little nice fold on that little tip to have a nice straight line. And our package is wrapped. And now we will go ahead and dress the package. And today we'll be using the wrapping paper to dress the package. So what we will do is take some of our strips and then we will make these into our curling ribbon. You can actually curl the wrapping paper like you would regular curling ribbon. So you don't have to buy extra material if you don't want to. And it kind of helps on the waist. It's fun. You can make it ribbons, bows, curling paper. Really, your creativity is what's going to make this special. And I always say it's not what the gift is, you know. Sometimes it has to be something practical, but you can still make it fun. Everybody likes to receive something that looks like you put a little time into it, a little special. And I really do like to minimize my waste. We'll do all kinds of different wrappings with all kinds of different materials. And then I just kind of place it out to see how I would like it to look. On presents like these, I do like it to drip over, to have the curls run down the package. So I always like to test it out first to see if I like it before I start taping and putting everything permanently down and wrapping it. And so now I have it here, and I pretty much like my placement. So I am going to take a piece of tape, push it down. So now my ribbons are there. And then to curl a ribbon, you simply hold your scissors like so, your thumb in the center and your index finger in the back, and take your paper and you hold it with your thumb and give it a light pull. And voila, you get a perfect little curlicue. If you pull too hard, it'll tear, but that's okay. You can just make a new one. So I'm gonna go ahead and curl these sides as gently. Oh, I just tore it. That's okay. I usually like to curl them before I tape them to the box, but today we were a little adventurous, and I can show you how we will fix that. If it doesn't curl right the first time, curl again. So this one here, we're just gonna cut at the top. We're gonna be putting a bow on here, so nobody's gonna see that anyway. And this one, we curled, it came out nice, and we can line it up to where we want it to be and tape it on. And then just cut the tail. And then what I like to do to get my curlicues to stay in place is I take little strips of tape and then I pull my curly cue where I would like it, and then I put my little piece of tape right kind of mid on the ribbon and press it down. Oops, that piece fell off. Let me grab it again. There we go. There. Now in travel or whatever, it will stay in place and less likely to tear. If the curl didn't quite curl, you can curl it a little more just by your hand and then tape it down. And then this one today, we're going to do a bow. Just a regular bow. So when I use my bows, I like to take my thumb and put it in the center of the bow where the staple is to help hold it and not smash the bow. Because sometimes these little stickers on the back can be a little tricky to pull. Once you get it, it's easier to push it if you have your thumb there. And voila! Oops! And then, even if it falls, it's okay. They got a little smashed. You can bounce them back up. Thank you for watching. And if this video helped you at all, please like so that other people can find it as well. And subscribe if you would like more tips on how to wrap gifts.